Welcome to the Bear Essentials, news and views from the Bear Pit, Stratford-upon-Avon's little theatre with big ideas. I'm Penny SK, and this episode I'm visiting the Bear Pit. But where have the seats gone? So, I've just walked into the Bear Pit Theatre and it's a bit of a shock. It's completely empty and you can probably hear my voice echoing around the empty space. I'm joined here by David Mears, who is, of course, the artistic director of the Bear Pit. What's going on here?
Well, Penny, I'm staring at some beautiful peach curtains.
They are gorgeous.
Which takes me back to what the Bear Pit used to look like, which was an old badminton hall, lots of lovely peach curtains. I think a splash of pink, Roger.
I wasn't here then.
And it was very much a space ready to be turned into a theatre. That was in 2012, where we opened with Confusions by Alan Ayckbourn.
Right, wow, in 2012,
That's a long time.
11 years, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
We do the maths. Yeah, it's a long time. And the space has just evolved considerably. We've brought in lighting and sound. We've painted it red, we've painted it black, we've hung some curtains. Not peach, I should say, black.
We've now got rid of the curtains.
Now we've got rid of the curtains. But we're now standing, Penny, 11 years on, in an empty box.
It is, it's a little black box again. Well, I say little, it's actually quite big, isn't it, when you see it without the seats? But it's a proper black box venue. So what are you going to do? So Roger is the chairman of the Bear Pit board. Would you like to explain to us what the plans are?
Well, as some of you who may have been to recent productions, the seating was in the round. So, and that was, I think that was 2020, David?
It was 2020, yes, and it was deliberately changed to be in the round for the Norman Conquests, which Nicky Cox brilliantly directed. 3 plays over the course of 2 weeks. Then COVID hit, and it kind of made sense for it to stay in the round because there was...
Well, we weren't allowed in, David.
We weren't allowed in for a little bit, that's a very good point. And then as we came back with social distancing and people wanting a bit more space, it made sense for it to stay in the round. And so it stayed in the round for a little bit longer than we had anticipated.
But I think one of the reasons also that we're now looking to change it back to the this sort of end-on rake is some people may have been to a couple of cinema showings.
Yes, because you have a screen now, don't you?
Yeah, so we've got a massive screen set up for cinema showings for more of a community cinema project, which Simon Allen is sort of leading on in that area, and we're hoping to start some of that activity next year. We've already had a couple of tasters, so to speak, to see how that works. Okay. And that obviously only works in an end-on position.
Yeah, cinema in the round isn't really a thing, is it?
No. It'd be nice if it was, but it doesn't quite work.
So
that's the main driver in terms of...
That's one of the key drivers to come back into that. And also, it is quite difficult to direct plays in the round. So I think we've listened to what some of the feedback that we've had from touring companies and local companies to see what would be good for them. Also, we've got Cherry Orchard coming up shortly, which the director, Colin Edwards, wanted it to be back in end-on. So we thought, great opportunity, we've got a bit of money available, let's get it back into an end-on position, but while we're doing that, let's see if we can make it better.
And that was again the consideration when we went into the round for Norman Conquest, when it was always going to go back at some point, but we wanted to improve it. The rake doesn't quite work in terms of sightlines for the audience. You don't see people's feet, and you lose people altogether when they sit down.
So take me through it. Walk me through the new layout. In a month's time, when I walk in here, what am I going to see?
Well, I suppose the significant change for me is going back to end on. Is we are going to maintain the way an audience comes into the auditorium. I think it's really important that new entrance remains as it was before. So that's quite exciting.
It certainly improves the flow to allow the audience to come in.
So essentially, you come in at the back of the seats. And walk through.
Essentially, you're walking under the tech desk.
Right.
So you'll be walking under the tech desk. It's the same entrance that if you've been in the last 3 or 4 years. It's the same entranceway. You'll come in that same way, and all the seating now will be pushed against the right-hand wall, whereas before it was all against the left-hand wall.
Right, okay.
Or stage right. If,
I don't
just
know
to
the
confuse
technical.
people.
I don't know the technical aspects. But the actual number of seats in a row will stay the same. But I think we were 106 before was our maximum.
Yes.
So we hopefully might squeeze 110 if we're lucky.
Wow,
So
okay.
that actually, over the period of year, makes quite a significant change to the amount of money
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
we can hopefully bring in revenue, which then means that we can plough it back into further projects that everybody's got loads of projects that they want to do.
Well, thank you very much, both of you, and
Thank you,
good luck
Penny.
with it.
Thank you.
And yeah, I can't wait to see it when it's all finished.
Thank you very much.